following is a presentation of Radio Plus Sports. Radio Plus Sports.
And here's Schreiner going to take a shot downfield. He's got his receiver hauled in by Tyler Brenner to the end zone. Touchdown, Fond du Lac!
Seeing some defensive pressure here. Brings the man in motion. It's a QB keeper. He gets by two defenders. He's to the midfield, and he is off to the races. 20, 10, touchdown, Ledgers. Wow, can Bauer go 70 yards to the end zone on the QB keeper.
Third, second quarter, Schroppelga gets the handoff, 25-20 to the 15, weaving to the 10-5, touchdown.
Wow. Everybody knows he's getting the ball.
Johnson in the slot, Mullins behind him. Johnson comes in motion, they fake it to him. There they go to Mullins, far side. He hauls it in. Mullins to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Calvin Mullins. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Here's Bauer, play fake to Koenigs. Bauer rainbowing left side. That's hauled in and caught by the Ledgers. Spinning his way past one defender. Still on his feet. It springs number 22, John Kuhn. He goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Ledgers.
Games video streaming live at RadioPlusInfo.com. That's right. Watch the biggest games live,
Up the middle, breaks the tackle. Near side 40, 30. Got a blocker out ahead at the 20. 10, 5, dives, touchdown. Tanner Dulski, 56 yards to the house.
Edward Jones Representatives in Fond du Lac, Integrity Saw and Tool, Bauer Chiropractic, Fondy Family Dental, Baker Cheese.
Right Way Home Improvement, Quest Interiors, Addison Jones Real Estate, Holiday Automotive, Taco Bell,
Bristol Morgan Bank, Coal, Oil and Propane, Pioneer Pit Stop, Marco Tax Service,
Pizza Ranch, the National Exchange Bank and Trust, Moraine Park Technical College, Silica for your home.
Rademan Stone and Landscape, Dufresne Moving and Storage, Winfield Homes, Everson Law Office, Bob's Pizza,
Airtech, Winnebago Lutheran Academy, Musa Sheet Metal, Scotty's Auto Works, St. Mary Springs Academy, Camera Casino,
Fond du Lac Credit Union, Hopper's Silk Screen and All-Star Trophy, New Medical Center, Muthig Industries, Pino Construction,
Len's Truck Center, Fox Valley Savings, American Family Insurance Agent Brad Tagliapietra, BCI Burke, Marian University, Into the Woods Wellness, Smith Builders.
Today's game is also presented by International Paper and Willsport. Lighting and control systems made in Fond du Lac.
Let's go live to the Radio Plus Sports broadcast booth.
Vote for your
Len's Truck, and we saw the intro there. Got all the sponsors up and down the line from Radio Plus, but by Lens for this JV conference championship in the flyway, and we saw the big boys do it on Friday night. Springs got it done, 27-0 in that one. A bunch of big plays made by that offense. Most specifically, our player of the game in that one, Max Bauer, a couple of long touchdown passes and a huge touchdown run in the first half. But this is pretty cool. We get to give the JV guys a little bit of their show here, and a chance for Springs to cap off an undefeated conference season. We were talking a little bit before we got on air here, and you mentioned, tough start to the season. Two really good programs that Springs played. A huge school, or a much bigger school in Fox Valley Lutheran. Close one there that they lost, and then lost to a really good program in Lake Country Lutheran. But since then, they've played some really good football.
It's been an interesting year, Jordan. The Ledgers JV team came out and got beat the first game, lost a heartbreaker in the second game against Fox Valley Lutheran, but has rattled off all victories now in the conference and have set themselves up for a conference championship against, I believe, a one-loss WLA JV team. So this really is the JV Conference Championship, Jordan.
Yeah, and WLA's one loss coming against Mayville. Obviously, we'll get into maybe some of the matchups coming up on Friday night, and got an exciting one over at WLA. Radio Plus will be there for that one, WLA versus Mayville in Level 1. Springs is in the postseason as a 2 seed hosting Random Lake. Radio Plus will be over at Fruth on Friday night for that as well. But all sorts of good stuff. But tonight, focus is on the JV guys. And like you mentioned, a one-loss conference team in WLA with a chance to knock off Springs here tonight. You mentioned if we're going to talk about some keys to the game, oftentimes, JVs end up being maybe a little bit more run-centric and run-focused, and Springs has a really good offensive line that has a ton of experience for just being sophomores.
Absolutely. The JV team is sophomore-dominated, but there's many more freshmen on the Springs JV team. There's 20 freshmen, about 8 sophomores, but those 8 sophomores really are the big guys up front that make things happen. 4 of the 5 offensive linemen are returning starters from last year. They're sophomores. And the tight end and the X-back are also sophomores. The quarterback's a starting sophomore, and the running back, number 33, Will Stelmacher, which you'll be saying his name a lot tonight, Jordan. He's also a sophomore. So you got lots of sophomores on the offensive side of the ball. The Ledgers will run the ball predominantly in the first half. They'll have number 31, Ben Baker, as the starting quarterback. He is a run-first type of quarterback, and when he runs, he puts the head down. He's not looking to shake or bake, no pun intended. He's looking to run over someone, and that is really their whole mindset. That offensive line wants to put two heads on another defensive lineman and run the ball straight ahead.
Going to be an opportunity for WLA, some young guys in the trenches, and we know WLA, if you follow their varsity team, they got 5 seniors that start in the trenches on the offensive line on varsity. So how are they going to groom that next class, so to speak, that next group of guys that is coming up on the line? Orville Bloom's a guy to maybe watch out for tonight, wearing 78 this evening. And 55 is Braxton Reibel. He's 6 foot 245. Orville Bloom 6'1", 245. So a couple of big boys up there for WLA. And as you mentioned, they're going to have a really nice afternoon today to compete with not only the size of Springs, but also, as you mentioned, the experience of that and that running game that you mentioned. So glad to be here. And again, just want to thank Lenz Truck Center, exclusive coverage of this afternoon's game. Just want to notice that during our breaks tonight, you'll see Lenz Truck Plays of the Week from various games earlier this season. Check them out. We'll give you the opportunity to vote for your Lenz Trucker Play of the Year at the end of the season. They got the national anthem, I believe, coming up here. And we will take a quick time out, see our friends over at Lenz Truck in one of those plays of the season, and we'll come back with more right after this.
Vote for your Lenz Truck Center Play of the Year at RadioPlusInfo.com. Watch all of our high school athletes' exciting plays and then email your favorite to rpvideosports@gmail.com. That's rpvideosports@gmail.com. We'll announce the Lenz Truck Center Play of the Year at the end of the football season.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lenz till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lenz Truck, Lenz Truck. We got the trucks at Lenz Truck.
We got the trucks.
Back here on the campus of St. Mary's Springs Academy, WLA and Springs JVs getting after it here, just about to have our opening kickoff. And by the way, voting is open now for the Lenz Truck Play of the Season. So there's all sorts of them. Fondy had a really good season, sneaking into the playoffs as a 5 seed. They'll travel to Milwaukee Pulaski. This one goes deep and is caught on the far side. WLA will get a shot at a return here up the sideline, and it's going to be good starting field position out to the 43-yard line for WLA. That's where they will start it. It was Sam Polish on the return. And just circling back around, you can get online, go to radioplus.com, find those Lenz Truck Center plays of the game, and you can vote for your favorite to win play of the year.
Great play by number 15, Cleary Tuig, on the kickoff. He had to contain on the far side of the field and actually didn't make the tackle, but slowed the guy down to Ledgers to tackle him.
Ty Ferris is going to start at quarterback for the Vikings. Actually, it's Cole who starts. Turns, gives to Adrian Brenner, and Brenner's off left tackle, and he's going to pick up a first down. Picks up about 13 into Ledger territory. Good start for the Vikings.
Impressive run there by WLA to start the game. The defensive line for the Ledgers is their strong point, so to get 13 yards in the first carry is impressive for WLA.
So Evan Cole, who started a lot of the games early, it's been Ferris recently for the Vikings, but Ferris flanked out here kind of in a tight end spot wing back, if you will, on this near side. And Cole goes back under center with a couple of running backs. Back to Brenner it goes. Nice cut by Brenner straight up the middle. And he picks up, we'll see if they give him the first down. He may just be short. Picked up about 9.5, second down.
They're taking right to the Springs defense. That's 2 dive plays right up the middle, right in the Ledger's defense.
So we'll see what the response from Springs is we just got going here if you're just joining us. 8 minutes left in this first quarter. Little shorter of a game played than on the varsity side of things, and Cole back under center. The pitch this time, Brenner's got a lead blocker, and they're able to dive forward and pick up the first down, pickup of 3 there, and another first down for WLA. So 3 plays, 2 first downs. It's a good start for the Vikings.
Number 76, Christian Flores with the tackle for the Ledgers there. They ran right to number 7, Jax Lenz. Jax Lenz came up, took on the lead blocker, but not good enough, and they cut inside and made the first down.
So 1st and 10, ball sits at the 30. WLA with 3 running plays has picked up, make it 26 yards or so on the first 3 plays. Snap to Cole, turn the give to Brenner. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And WLA is going to continue to feed the sophomore. Adrian Brenner picks up 11, another first down.
Thought Ferris fumbled that snap a little bit, but it's good for Ferris.
Yeah.
He's a heck of an athlete. He didn't quite get the handle right away, but he made do of it and handed off, and another first down for WLA. WLA is really moving the ball here, Jordan.
No doubt. I think if that was on Friday, that might have slipped out of his hands. Man, the conditions Friday were you kind of had to survive that to win the game, and Springs did it much better than WLA did. Cole back under center, and this give looks to Polish, and Polish is cut down, trying to cut up the field. And
great tackle by number 10, Emerson Dreher. He's been doing that all year. Probably the most improved player from 8th grade to freshman year is number 10, Emerson Dreher. As an 8th grader, played but did not have the impact that he's had this year, Jordan. He's really coming out, hitting guys and just flying all over the field. Really fun to watch, number 10.
That was a beautiful play to, as you mentioned, cut past the blocker and kind of shed that and able to pick up the first down. There's an injured Viking out there right now. Polish was on the carry. He's a little slow to get up. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we're going to come back with more here on Radio Plus Info. Stay with us.
For this week's Lens Truck Center Play of the Week, we go to St. Mary Springs JV football against Omro. Springs was down 14-0 early and got it within 14-6 when this play happened, helping tie the game up. A shotgun formation, Xander Lenz rolls out, lets it go, and Jax Lenz with a touchdown catch. Ledgers would add on a 2-point conversion to tie it up and then score another touchdown with time running out to get the win. Again, this Xander Lenz to Jack Lenz. Touchdown throw and catch is this week's Lenz Truck Center Play of the Week. A reminder, you can vote for your favorite Play of the Year soon to come at our website at RadioPlusInfo.com. Thanks to Lenz Truck Center as they sponsor our Play of the Game each and every week.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lynn till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lyn's Truck, Lyn's Truck. We got the trucks at Lyn's Truck.
We got the trucks.
Missed one play there during the break. It was an Evan Cole rollout. He got a yard, so it's 3rd and 7. And go back to Brenner, who is averaging near double digits per carry, and I think he just dived forward and got enough. It's a first down. 1st and goal for the Vikings. Give them 8 on the pickup, needed 7.
The WLA JV offense early on has got more yards than the JV varsity WLA did in the whole first half on Friday night. They're really running it right at the Ledgers defense here. Ledgers have not been able to stop much.
Brenner, by my count, already up to 44 yards on the ground. And a strong opening possession has WLA at the 8-yard line. Cole under center takes the snap. The give once again to Adrian Brenner. He dives forward, and they're going to mark him inside the 5, just inside the 5. We'll give him 3 on the pickup.
Jax Lenz, number 7, shot in there and got the tackle to, maintain the Ledgers defense. Right now, the Ledgers are just going to try to bend but don't break. I mean, if we can give up a field goal rather than a touchdown, that is what we're trying to do right now for the blue team.
WLA back out of the huddle. Everything's been pretty tight formation here for WLA. And most of it's gone to Brenner. Have not attempted a pass yet. They've only dropped back once, and Cole ran it. So Brenner, once again, down to the 2-yard line, another 3-yard pickup. And it's going to bring up a big 3rd and 2, and you kind of wonder if WLA will have 2 opportunities here on the ground to try to punch this thing in.
Absolutely. They're going to run the ball. They haven't been stopped much yet. Ledgers are going to probably bring their strong safety and free safety up as extra linebackers, trying to pack the box and force WLA to pass. They have not passed yet. It's all been run.
This will be the 10th play of the drive for WLA that started at their own 44. And they need 2 more to punch it into the Springs end zone for the touchdown, and seam there for Adrian Brenner. And WLA does just that. 10-play, 56-play drive, or 10-play, 56-yard drive, and WLA takes an early 6-0 lead with 4:05 left in the first period. This is a good start for WLA.
Absolutely. It couldn't have started off any better. Not only did they score a touchdown, Jordan, but they did it the old-fashioned way. Ran it right down the Ledgers defense. Ledgers did not have zero plays for negative loss, and only a couple times were they able to negate them for 1 or 2 yards. But they're going for an extra point here, trying to go up 7-0.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, Brad, I think there's only 3.
Bad snap.
Cole able to put it through. Good for Evan Cole. It's 7-0. Yeah, that was a
high snap, but he got it down.
Good job by Ferris. He almost had to come out of his stance there to pick that one up and get it down. So 7-0 for WLA, and that's a good way for them to start. 10 runs, no passes on a 10-play, 56-yard drive. So Springs will have an opportunity with their running game to try to respond. Man, you know, if Springs runs it as advertised, WLA did a nice job there. We got 4:05 left in the first quarter. This thing, man, we're looking at like a 40-minute game at this pace.
Yeah, the clock never stopped.
You know, kidding.
Well, the Flyway is predominantly a run-first conference. This game started off all runs. The Ledgers are predominantly run. They'll pass. Number 31, Ben Baker, is the quarterback, starting quarterback for the Ledgers. They will pass when they have to, but only if they have to. If it's 3rd and long, 4th long, they will not be shy away from throwing it. The leading receiver for the Ledgers is number 7, Jax Lenz, 26 catches on the year. But Will Stelmacher, number 33, he'll be getting a lion's share of the runs for the Ledgers. He's a load, and he's a tough guy to bring down.
Yeah, Cullen and I were talking on Friday about, you saw what WLA was able to do through the air this year, saw what Springs was able to do through the air this year with John Kuhn and Sam Lucas and a lot of the weapons they got. It's kind of fun to watch the ball get tossed around a little bit in the Flyway this year.
Onside kick.
Onside kick for WLA, and it's fielded by Springs. Far side, breaking a couple of tackles. They're going to have plus territory. I believe that was Kale Krusik, I believe.
Yep, number 82, Kale Krusik. Free safety and wide receiver for the Ledgers. Wasn't getting the ball. That was not planned. It was an onside kick, I believe, for WLA. That Krusik did not hesitate. He got that ball and was north and south.
Beautiful return, plus 46-yard line for Springs to start off this drive. And Evan Cole does some kicking off for the varsity team as well for WLA, and he does not able to kick it deep normally. So interesting there. Baker and Stelmacher, as you mentioned, are in the backfield.
Option
Here's
left.
the pitch, and coming around the near side, trying to get the corner. Nice job making the play there from WLA to prevent that from being a bigger game, but a nice 5-yard pickup to start there with Joshua Ducks.
A little option left with 31, Ben Baker. They don't block one of the linebackers. They actually take the ball right to him, and it's all about what that linebacker does. If that linebacker takes 31, then Ben pitches it. If that linebacker takes the pitch man, which in that case was Ducks, then Ben Baker's going to tuck it and go. But he pitched it. Good play by Ben Baker. 2
receivers near side, one up to the top. And they got Stelmacher in the backfield. Here's the turn, the give. Huge hole on the far side. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Well, how about that? It took 10 plays for WLA, just 2 for Springs. And Will Stelmacher took that one from 40 yards out straight to the house, make it 41 yards on the carry for Will Stelmacher. And Springs is an extra point away from tying this thing up.
That's a play the Ledgers have been running since the early 80s. Power right. They double-team the defensive tackle, the tight end and right tackle, which is Beckett Longy, number 79, and number 7, Jax Lenz. Double-team and make a big hole there.
Yeah, we saw that actually on Friday night. It was a extra point good, by the way, from Rotman, and 7-7 tied it up here. That took less than a minute for Springs to tie this thing up, about 50 seconds.
Good for Caden Rotman. You know, Caden Rotman comes into the year, Jordan, as the number 3 freshman kicker behind Lucas Babler, Bentley Coots, number 61, who's going to kick off in a second. And Lucas Babler gets moved up to varsity first week of the practices. He's going to kick for the varsity, but an unfortunate injury happens to him in the Laconia game, so Lucas Babler's out for the entire season. Bentley Coots, number 61, moves up to varsity. He's kicking for the varsity, but he does do the kickoffs here for the JV team still. That leaves Caden Rotman to do the extra points and doing a fabulous job. I think
That
it's
was perfect.
14 out of 15 extra points and for the season, and just getting the job done.
Extremely well done. I was just going to say there, we saw that almost that same play with John Kuhn and Springs right tackle varsity. I'm going to miss a name there, but on the 53-yard touchdown run from Bauer, they double-teamed Sebi Paul from the Vikings. They're one of their good ends and just drove him about 25, 30 yards down the field, put him on his back.
Well, good kick.
That one's through the hands.
He doesn't have to take it out if he doesn't want. That's a new rule in the high school. As long as the return man doesn't purposely throw it in the end zone, you know, he tried to catch it and it just went through his hands, went in the end zone, he can then kneel down it. Now in the NFL, you're kind of, you know, you're out of luck. You have to bring that ball out. And WLA's now going to get the ball at the, I believe, 25-yard line.
Yeah, I always get this mixed up, if it's the 20 or the 25. I get my levels of football wrong. Believe it's the 20, but
well, that'll be bad field position for WLA. If you remember the Friday night's game, that's the varsity. Coach Highland's his objective on the varsity Friday night was to kick it not away from Gannon Schwartz. He wasn't going to kick it away from him, but he was going to kick it in the corner of for the kickoffs, and he did. If you remember, the first kickoff of the game went 2 yards right in the corner. Gannon Schwartz, the sophomore star from WLA, decided to take it and run it. That didn't work out too well. He got tackled around the 5 or 6 yard line by Brody Highland, and they had to go 95 yards. And from that point, it just seemed like it was all Springs that whole Friday night varsity game.
That's for sure. He inside the 5 on now, and every kick, by the way, just to continue to sing the praises of Bradley Coots that you mentioned. Here is Polish. Good to see him back on the field after leaving a little bit earlier with the injury. Picks up 8, and it's going to be 2nd and 2.
That was a sweep to the near side. Number 7, Jax Lenz, lost contain. That'll be a conversation at the dinner table tonight.
But just talking about Bentley Coots, he did a phenomenal job on Friday of just, like you said, they weren't going to kick it away from Gannon Schwartz, but to put him in a spot where he couldn't get any momentum, did a really nice job.
If you remember, the score was 27-0, so he did miss one extra point. He was actually hurt on that play. He had his shoe off. He was going to get taped up, and all of a sudden the Ledger scored, and he had to quick put his shoe on, run out there, and he missed the extra point. And Coach Howland said, "What happened?" He goes, "I was hurt." So we'll let Bentley Coots off the hook on that one extra point he missed.
At least it was when they were up by 4 scores.
Yeah.
4-yard pickup for Adrian Brenner. Another first down for WLA as they continue their more deliberate pace, we'll call it.
Moving the chains for WLA.
Nice first half going here. Nice first quarter going here for Adrian Brenner and the Vikings on the ground. Have yet to attempt a pass. 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Here is Ty Ferris coming around the left side, and a nice job there. There you go. Lenz held contained that time and made the play. Nice tackle there on the far side. Pickup of 1.
Now, what the Ledgers have to be a little worried about is, you know, these long, sustained drives by WLA can really tire out a defense. It's much harder to pass rush and play defense than it is to play offense. So a lot of these Springs players are going both ways. Mm-hmm. Now, it is the last game of the year, so hopefully they got the condition. If this was the first game of the year, I think these guys would already be gassed.
Tied up 7-7, minute 57 to go in the first quarter. In a JV Flyway Conference Championship between WLA and Springs, and Evan Cole back under center. The turn, the give, Brenner on the left side, picking his way forward, and Springs able to stop him after about 5. We'll call it 3rd and 4.
I'm not sure who got the tackle. Maybe number 79, Beckett Longley. I think Vandergren might be in there. Two of the bigger guys in the conference. 75 Vandergren tips out at 275 pounds. Beckett Longley, number 79, right there with him, about 270 pounds. Those are some big freshmen and sophomore Ledgers coming up to the varsity hopefully next year.
and Brenner a little bit slow to get up here. So both of the starting tailbacks for WLA, both Adrian Brenner and Sam Polish. Polish a little bit earlier in the first quarter, and now Brenner this time a little bit slow to get back to the feet. So we'll see if we can sneak a 30-second ad in here. 1 minute, 31 seconds left in the first quarter. It's tied at 7. We're back with more after this. Stay with us.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Jerry Ty Roofing would like to thank all of the athletes for their efforts in each competition. Jerry Ty Roofing has been in business for 61 years doing residential and commercial roofing. Give us a call at 922-7246. Good luck, high school athletes.
Minute 25 seconds left in the first quarter as Adrian Brenner was able to get off under his own power. That's a good thing. Far side, Sam Polish, and he gets drugged to the ground. That's going to be a loss.
Number 87, Joshua Ducks, come up from the corner position. You know, WLA has not passed, so I'm wondering if Ducks is just kind of like abandoning the pass protection, saying, I'm going to stop the run here with the fellow Ledgers. It
was a great play by Ducks. Leads to 4th and 5.
Looks like they're going for it, Jordan. I'm not sure if I would be going for it if I was WLA. I mean, why not punt the ball? But, I mean, I guess Springs did score in just 2 plays. Maybe WLA's worried that the potent offense of the Ledgers is just too much. They really need this first down that bad?
We'll see what happens here. I would say, Evan Cole is probably going to be the guy to punt, but he's under center, so I think that would suggest they are going to go for it. Cole under center, a couple of running backs behind him. The turn, the give, and Springs has this one snuffed out. They're going to get the ball in excellent field position. Nice play on the edge. It was Cooper Schwalbe, the freshman, on the carry for WLA, and he got nowhere near it. Pickup of nothing.
Number 22, Joey Kuhn for the Ledgers, doesn't make the tackle but makes the play. He comes up from the corner position, wraps up the guy. The guy does elude him, but he slows him down enough for the other Ledgers to come up and make the tackle.
So after their first possession starting at the opponent 46, now starting at the Viking 36, and Springs, with 26 seconds left in this first quarter, has a chance to drive it back down the field and get another score.
Now, Jordan, the WLA varsity, what they'll do is they'll actually come out, almost look like a normal offense when they punt, and then Gannon Schwartz will drop back and punt. But this time he was under center,
right,
and there was no chance or no threat of him punting the ball.
Here goes Stelmacher again, straight up the middle. Nice play. Trying to get a number here for WLA. It was a nice tackle by Eli Mookie. But Stelmacher picked up 9. That was a furious run.
He made the tackle, Jordan, but I think Will Stelmacher, 33, delivered the blow. That was heck of a run by 33. Stelmacher's a hockey player, been on ice skates since 2 years old. Tree trunks for legs, Jordan. This kid can really run the ball north and south, and when he wants to get the ball, he is going to find a guy to run over rather than scoot around him.
That was an angry run right there, no doubt about it. We're going to take a quick timeout. End of the first quarter, tied up here at 7, but Springs driving. They'll have a 2nd and 1 when we return. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com. Stay with us.
Special thanks to Len's Truck Center as they sponsor our Play of the Game each and every week. This week's Springs Play of the Game comes from their JV squad. 4th and 22. Xander Lenz in the shotgun. Stelmacher to his right. Fekel and Lenz split out to the left. Big play here, and it's getting loud in Grafton. Grafton blitzes, and the blitz is picked up. Lenz lets it go to Jax. Lenz down the far sidelines. He's got it for a touchdown. It's 2nd of the day, and now the Ledgers have a 14-7 lead. What a ball game.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lynn till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lynn's Truck, Lynn's Truck. We got the trucks at Lynn's Truck.
We got the trucks.
Well, welcome back here to St. Mary Springs Academy. 2nd and 1 for the Ledgers to start the second quarter. Here goes Stellmacher. Huge hole once again to the right side. Can he get the edge to the 5 and into the end zone? Stellmacher takes it in from, make it 27 yards out for Stellmacher, and he's got his second touchdown of the day.
The Ledgers ran blast right, a play they've been running for 20, 30 years. The tight end goes between the guard and the tackle, picks up the linebacker, but the block of that play was number 5, Jack Judkins, on the outside. Wide receiver does what they call a stalk block, blocks the safety, and Will Stellmacher just makes a foot race and beats him to the corner.
Extra point, good snap, good hold, up and good once again for Rotman. And it's 14-7. WLA needed 16 plays in that first quarter, and they scored 7 points. Springs has needed just 4 to put 14 on the board. Now, obviously, there's some field position that has to do with some of that stuff, but good, efficient offense for Springs so far. Stellmacher has runs of 41, 9, and 27 yards.
That's a good average.
I would take that any day of the week.
Now, Will Stellmacher was one of those players early on in the practices, and especially summertime, there was talk of him to play a little bit of varsity football and be the backup to JT Koenigs. That didn't pan out. The JV team is happy to have him because he is just a load to bring down, Jordan. He's fast, quick. He's the real deal.
Before this kick, live stream coverage tonight this afternoon, sponsored by Lenz Truck Center. Notice during our breaks tonight, you'll see Lenz Truck plays of the week from various games earlier this season. We saw that nice play from Bauer to John Kuhn against Amro earlier this year. That was a terrific pitch and catch, and John Kuhn, one of the leading receivers so far this year for Springs. Check them out. Go online, radioplusinfo.com, and you can vote. Voting's open. Email rpvideosports with your selection of your play of the season, and we'll get that tallied up as we move towards the postseason. Here's the kickoff, another good one from Coots. And coming around the near side, WLA gets another decent return, and they're going to be out near midfield. That was Xylis Conger, excuse me.
Number 5, Jack Judkins with the tackle.
Out to the 43 is where they're going to mark this one.
That Lenz Truck Center play of the year, how do you decide?
Oh, my goodness.
There was, 14 or 15 plays, and, every play was just as good as the next one. And, so many important plays, but I'm telling you that Gertig kickoff, to me, is a pretty special one, because at that time, the Ledgers were down 6-0 against Elmira. The Ledgers it's our homecoming. That stands are packed at Fruth Field, and Gertig takes it to the house in a kickoff return, making it 7-6, and that was kind of the difference in that game. That was a big play. Now Bauer certainly has a lot of the plays of the game. He's kind of owned it all year.
No doubt. That's the problem. You got to pick so many different ones with Bauer. Here goes Schwalbe back up the middle, picks up 3, 2nd and 7.
I'm almost thinking 18. Evan Cole, the quarterback, is fumbling the snap a little bit. It seems like he's not getting it cleanly. Now, the Springs is going to shotgun formation. This is the first year Springs is doing the shotgun formation in the history of St. Mary Springs football. Knock on wood, that has not been a problem for the Ledgers offense this year. They haven't had any bad snaps. The center, number 52, Jack Pels, has been doing a terrific job.
So Cole here, right on cue, takes the shotgun snap.
Yeah.
First pass of the afternoon for either team. And, that looked like it might get tipped away. Nice play in the secondary that time. It was number 22, Joey Kuhn, in coverage.
Holding offensive lineman on the WLA Vikings. What a play by Joey Kuhn. That Joey Kuhn is all over the place. And I tell you what, he has not missed a tackle since he started playing football in the 5th grade. I call him when he gets on you, he doesn't let go.
So that's going to be a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Going to lead to a 2nd and 17 on the accepted penalty from Springs. 8:03 to go in the second quarter. Springs leads at 14-7 here at JV2.
When Evan Cole set up and threw that ball, I thought the WLA Vikings wide receiver was open, but 22 Joey Kuhn really made up some distance and closed out really good. I think he got a hand on that ball.
That's a really tough throw to ask a quarterback to make.
2nd and long here. Got twins on both sides here. WLA looking to open it up.
They send a man, that's Conger in motion. Ty Ferris is the quarterback for this play. Fakes it, going to go back up the middle, and I think they maybe have another hold as the late flag comes in late and lands at the feet of Orville Bloom.
Another tackle for 22 Joey Kuhn and 76 Christian Flores. They closed in real quick on Ferris.
Well, this hold is going to be declined by Springs. I don't think that's any surprise. It's a pickup of 1 for Conger Ferris on the pickup. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 16 as opposed to making it 2nd and 27. So WLA in 3rd and dire straits here.
And the Ledger's defense, they're in a zone coverage. They got the corners in the flat, and they got the strong and free safety in the deep half. It's going to be tough for anyone, especially a freshman quarterback, to get 16 yards in 2 plays here.
So Ferris is going to stay in the backfield. He's flanked by Schwalbe. Two receivers to either side. You got Conger in there.
Safeties
Sam
are
Polish.
deep for the Ledgers. They're going to give up 5-10 yards. They just don't want to give up the big play.
So Ferris takes the shotgun snap, drops back to pass. He's going to launch one deep. Looking on the far side, 50-50 ball, and it's tipped away. Yeah, Caleb Wild out there looked like he might have been able to jump and win a 50-50. Joey Kuhn says no.
Joey Kuhn all over the place in the first half here, Jordan. That's another pass deflection by 22 Joey Kuhn. What a play.
He ran backwards. I mean, that was terrific coverage. That throw was probably about 25, 28 yards downfield, and he was with him every step of the way.
Well, Ferris has got an arm on him. That was one heck of a pass, but good coverage by Kuhn.
Got to believe WLA will indeed punt this one. Evan Cole stands about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like a punt.
Now, the JVs do it a little bit different than the varsity. Gannon Schwartz kind of has more of a shotgun formation, then drops back to punt. They're in a more, bad snap.
Yeah. Can he get it off? He does. Line drive punt, and it's going to bounce and fielded there at the 31-yard line. Good coverage by Ty Ferris, who does it this time on special teams. Good job to hang on to it by Kale Krusik. I think a lot of folks would have just kind of had the hearts in the throat there. It is a little bit of a gamble to take that one. Certainly no one on the JV for WLA with the explosive playmaking ability of Gannon Schwartz that you kind of got to respect, almost like you do on varsity. And I think that's probably why WLA does that, is you feel like, if Gannon feels like, I don't know what the plan is, when he's okay to start kind of maybe take off and run that, but you got to at least respect it until you see him kick that ball away. So another drive here for Springs. This time starts at their own 30. Jet sweep motion, and WLA had it covered. Cooper Schwalbe able to blow this up for a 4-yard loss in the backfield.
And that play is designed to go outside. That's a reach play where all the linemen, including the tight end, are supposed to reach their defensive lineman and kind of pin them inside. Someone missed their tackle there.
So Ducks loses 4, 2nd and 14. And a nice play by Schwalbe. Talk about containing the edge. He got out there in a hurry and blew that thing up.
I think that was the first run by someone other than Will Stelmacher. So you got Stelmacher averaging 25 yards a carry, and we give it to Ducks for -5.
Ducks has 2 carries for 1 yard now.
Oh, okay, 2 carries. All right. So Ledger's back at it.
Got a couple of tight ends, and they put Ducks in motion, and WLA jumps offside.
I'm not sure if that's going to be on WLA. The guy in motion, which was Joshua Ducks, he kind of
came forward a little bit.
I believe that almost should have been on the Ledgers, but they did call it on the Vikings.
It was a close one. I don't necessarily disagree with you there. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
That was going to be power to the near side here. They were going to have Ducks lead up between the guard and the tackle, while the tight end Lenz and Longley were going to double team the tackle, and most likely give it right to Stelmacher. Either that or Baker was going to keep it. I think they're probably going to go right to that same play.
Well, you got to believe a give to Stelmacher is coming up pretty quick here. I mean,
different formation now. They're going to probably run at the same play on the far side if Ducks goes in motion. Here he goes in motion. Power left. Watch here. Oh, jet sweep.
The keeper, Baker, keeps it going forward here. And he's going to pick up, they'll give him 5, and it's going to be 3rd and 4.
And Ben Baker's a run-first kind of quarterback. In fact, if you remember last year as a freshman, him and Stelmacher were the lone running backs when Ben Anderson, who's now the starting corner for the varsity, was the quarterback. Ben Anderson got all the snaps last year at quarterback, and a guy named Jack Holzman was the backup quarterback who didn't get any snaps. Holzman actually is a sophomore on varsity this year playing free safety, strong safety. And here is Ben Baker playing quarterback. He hasn't played quarterback since 7th grade.
There you go. I'll give Ben Baker, his due. He's running the show here tonight. He had a couple of huge special teams tackles.
All season long, 31 for the Springs Ledgers special teams guru.
Friday night taking down Gannon Schwartz, who's That's a tough assignment to try to bring down. Here's Stellmacher, needed 4, got 4.5. First down, Springs.
That was a battle. That was a sophomore on sophomore varsity with Ben Baker, the sophomore kickoff specialist, against the sophomore Gannon Schwartz, number 21. And it reminded me of that commercial back in the day. It was a Nike commercial, I believe, or Under Armour, where it was growing up of the guy who played for the Steelers, the defensive back for the Steelers with the long hair. Palomalu, and hitting the running back. It was. I guess we got to find a commercial that and shoot it so people know that I'm not crazy.
They'll find it, right?
But they'll play each other for the next 3 years, those two.
Yeah. Here goes Baker, takes the snap, gets it out here to Lenz. Lenz has a blocker out front, but that time Kuhn was not able to seal his block, and Lenz was taken down. First completion of the day for either team, and it's a 2-yard gain.
And that play is designed to go outside. Good pass by Ben Baker, right on the money to number 7, Jack Lenz. But Kuhn has got to make his block and sustain his block a little bit longer. He came off, stock blocked, guy hit him and just got off him.
If he's able to hold that for a second and Lenz can make one guy miss, a lot of green out ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
Stellmacher in the backfield next to Baker. In the shotgun, snap
Quick
there, pitch. Outside, around the left side. He gets the edge once again. He's at the 45 to the 40, 35, 30. Oh, and he stepped out. That had to be close, or Stellmacher would have taken that one near the red zone, but nonetheless picks up a first down. He's down to the 39-yard line.
And that's a quick pitch to the far side. Everyone's reach blocking on the offensive line. Lenz is trying to reach the linebacker. Lenz doesn't do a great job of reaching, but he gets his guy enough where Will gets the edge and gets, 25 yards. Looks like he stepped out on the 39 there. He actually gained a lot more than I thought he did. He must have stepped out early.
39-yard line. It's about 15 or 16 on the pickup. Always official, unofficial statistics up here anyways. Here's Ben Baker. Pulls it down. Looked like he was going to throw it. Now he lunges forward. That's a really good job. Ball's on the ground, though, and I think Springs is able to get back on top of it.
Ben Baker is very elusive, Jordan. In fact, last year when he was a freshman running back, he had lots of games where he outrushed and outgained Will Stellmacher. So he's definitely capable of running the ball.
Pickup of 4 there, and I'll tell you what, that was a nice job just to get positive yards on the play, let alone put yourself in a second and either 6 or 7.
Second and 7.
So a 3-yard pickup for Baker. Couple of receivers to either side. The turn to give to Stellmacher, running around the right side, spins once and is taken down after his least yardage gained so far tonight. He picks up 2 there.
And that was power right, where Beckett, Longley, number 79, and 7, Jack Lenz, are going to double team that D tackle. Actually, that was blast right. Lenz came between the guard and tackle, but WLA's kind of hoping to figure out Stellmacher because they can't just let him get 20, 30 yards every time he touches the ball. That's going to be a long day for the Vikings defense if that keeps happening.
14-7, Springs leads it. It's a 3rd and 4 here, and you would assume this is 4-down territory with where it is on the field. Baker's in the shotgun, takes the snap, out to Lenz. Lenz makes a guy miss, makes another guy miss, breaks the tackle, falls forward, and all of that just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Another chance there where Springs not able to sustain that block, as you mentioned before.
Well, they put out twins to the far side. The play is designed to go to Jack Lenz. A quick pass, good pass by 31 Ben Baker. But again, the wide receiver just is not able to sustain his block, and he gets right around him and slows Lenz down enough for the linebackers and the free safeties to come clean things up.
2 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second quarter as this game is flying by. And Springs leads by 7. They're driving on WLA. It's a big 4th down, 4th and 4. Shotgun snap here. Ducks in motion. The give. Pitch to Ducks. Ducks trying to get to the edge. Oh, what a play by Ty Ferris in the backfield. And Ducks is going to lose another 3 yards. WLA takes over on downs. That was a big stand there from WLA.
Great tackle by Ty Ferris. Came off his block and cleaned things up for Ducks. Ducks could not get the edge.
So after turning the ball over on downs on their second possession, WLA able to force the same result for Springs on their third possession. And WLA will have their 4th possession of the half, and you would assume, if nothing else, the Vikings want to try to at least hold this for the rest of this frame, and knowing Springs gets the ball to start the second half.
So it looks like Evan Cole is back at quarterback. Looks like Ferris and Cole are switching off series at quarterback.
36-yard line for WLA. 2 running backs in the backfield. Cole Drops back to pass. Surveys. Now going to pull it down and try to run straight up the gut. And does a decent job to pick up 3, 2nd and 7.
Well, if they're really going to try to score in this before halftime, Jordan, he's almost got to throw that ball away. And that's gaining 3 yards and getting the clock going. He'd be better off just throwing it down to the ground.
You would think so, yeah, absolutely. 145.
Springs got all 3 timeouts left. I'm surprised. I would be willing to bet if WLA does not get some decent yards here, Springs will call a timeout to save some clock.
I was kind of thinking the same thing. If maybe Springs would start to use it with all the momentum that they have. Here's the pitch. Out to, that is Polish. Sam Polish gets dumped down in the backfield.
Wow,
Guess who?
Joey Kuhn again. Making the tackles, making the deflections. He's all over the place, Jordan.
4-yard loss, and it's going to be 3rd and 11. Still no timeout from Springs. That's a little bit surprising after cutting it down and making it a 3rd and very long.
Especially when the Ledgers have shown that they can gain 30, 40 yards by handing the ball off to number 33, Will Stellmacher. They've had the first series of the game was 2 plays for a touchdown.
Yeah, they had plays. They had runs of drives of 46 and 36 yards in 2 plays, and right now WLA is just going to run this down. It looks like, and maybe take a timeout of their own because they aren't getting up to the line of scrimmage. So I think they're just going to run this thing down and see if they can't run the rest of this clock out. That's kind of what I thought WLA might try to do, especially after you don't get any good yardage.
I think WLA just wants to go to the halftime 14-7 here. If I was the Vikings coach, that's what I would want to do. Now, the Ledgers have all 3 timeouts, and JV football, every punt is can definitely lead to some other stuff. I mean, all year long, we've seen snaps over the punter's head, bad snaps, blocked kicks. So
we just saw it with WLA. The last snap on the punt was a ground baller. So
and the snap on their touchdown, their extra point, was a bad snap as well. So maybe the snapper for WLA is not as on the ball as Springs. Now Springs snaps the ball with number 52 Jack Pells when they're in offense. Number 17 Jack McGuire snaps it when they're doing field goals, extra points. Number 17 Jack McGuire, backup running back. You'll see him a little bit more in the second half when Stellmacher comes out. But he will be the featured back next year at the Ledgers JV team.
Live stream this afternoon, coverage sponsored by Lens Truck Center. Thanks to Lens Truck. And you will see the Lens Truck plays of the game from the various weeks over the course of the season, the 9 regular season weeks. And check those things out. Go to radioplusinfo.com and vote for your favorite one, rpvideosports@gmail.com. So go on there, watch them all. You get some good memories from the season. Getting ready for the postseason here. Here's Evan Cole looking to the near side, unlaunches it, goes to Ferris, and
stops
it is
the clock.
Just a little bit over the outstretched hands of Ty Ferris.
Now they got to punt the ball with 29 seconds left, and the Ledgers all 3 timeouts. This, if I was the Ledgers, I would go hard at it because even if you rough the punter, what's the harm in it? So what? So the Vikings get the ball with 29 seconds left. I would go and try to block this kick.
Get after it.
Mm-hmm.
So 29 seconds, first half, 14-7, Springs leads it in this JV Conference Championship. The undefeated Flyway Conference St. Mary's Springs and the 1-loss WLA Vikings. WLA's loss in conference coming to Mayville earlier this season. Good snap this time and a decent punt, but it's kind of skewed off the side of his foot, and it's going to come to rest at midfield, so 22 seconds. Yeah, maybe take a shot here, huh?
Well, Ben Baker can throw the ball. Number 7, Jax Lenz, 26 catches on the year, leading receiver for the Ledgers. I would say they're going to do a slant and wheel here and let Lenz go deep or do a flood right. So if Lenz gets the ball, he at least can get out of bounds, stop the clock. Now remember, in JV football, under 2 minutes, if you get a first down, it's automatically clock stops. But the clock will start once the referee puts it down and gets ready for play. So the Ledgers have a chance here. I definitely don't think they're going to just kneel it.
See a few votes coming in for player of the year.
And that's why I'm up in the press box and not down on the field.
Yeah, wow. I thought maybe they might take a shot, but a kneel down for Springs, and this is going to go to halftime. By the way, see a couple of votes coming in for play of the year. I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to wait for everyone will have to wait for the Lens Truck play of the year to finally tally up all the votes. But I'll tell you what, man, if I was voting for that, maybe I don't know if I'm allowed to vote for that. I guess I have to ask someone. But that play that John Kuhn made in that Amro game, that was a terrific play. I know we've already seen it in the breaks and
broke about 2 tackles, scored a touchdown. He's a load to bring down. He's a great athlete. John Kuhn's about 6 foot, 6'1", but he can dunk a basketball, and he's a strong guy.
Yeah.
That's tough to beat. You got Gertig's kickoff return for a touchdown. You got Bauer's, how many Bauer touchdowns? And all of them are so special in and of itself because, Ledgers are undefeated.
Yep.
And each one of those plays helped do that. And here we are, week 10 coming, playoffs.
That's right.
next week. The Ledgers are going to face off a team that's actually under 500.
Random Lake coming to Fond du Lac to take on Springs. So, keep those votes rolling in. They're good ones. I know, man, Coach Krieger's got to be thrilled with some of the basketball guys he's got coming up here as well. So we got about 8 minutes left here in the halftime intermission. We're going to take a timeout, and we will come back with more. 14-7, Springs leads WLA in this JV matchup. You're watching on RadioPlusInfo.com. Stay with us.
Vote for your Lens Truck Center Play of the Year at RadioPlusInfo.com. Watch all of our high school athletes' exciting plays and then email your favorite to rpvideosports@gmail.com. That's rpvideosports@gmail.com. We'll announce the Lens Truck Center Play of the Year at the end of the football season.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lens till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lens Truck. Lens Truck. We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
We got the trucks.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, 0 tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
This past Friday night, it was a big battle for a Wisconsin Flyway Football Conference Championship as the Ledgers went on the road to take on the Vikings.
Bauer in the shotgun. Man goes in motion, that's Kuhn. Lob pass over to Lucas. Lucas is wide open down the seam. He's going to house it. From the 33-yard line, Lucas scores 20-0. It's a 67-yard strike. On 3rd and 11, Springs scores it.
Our Lens Truck Center Play of the Game right there sealed the deal for Springs. Springs wins another conference championship. That's our Lens Truck Center Play of the Game. A reminder, you can vote for your favorite Play of the Year at our website, RadioPlusInfo.com.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lens till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lens Truck. Lens Truck. We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
We got the trucks.
I'd like to thank Lens Truck Center as they sponsor our Play of the Game each and every week. This past Friday night at Fruit, the Ledgers of St. Mary Springs Academy hosted the Lamira Lions. After Lamira got a pick 6 to the house, Springs answered on the ensuing kickoff.
Easton Zango on to kick the ball off. It'll be a low liner. Returned by Gertig. Gertig takes it up. He's got a crease, breaks 2 tackles, 1 more to beat, sits him down. Gertig, 10, 5, end zone. He gets tackled, doesn't matter, play the school song. Gertig returns at 87 yards.
The Ledgers scored 31 unanswered to get a big victory at Fruit over the Lions. A reminder, you can vote for your favorite Play of the Year at our website, RadioPlusInfo.com.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lens till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lens Truck. Lens Truck. We got the trucks at Lens Truck.
We got the trucks.
Back here at the campus of St. Mary Springs Academy, JV action here on Radio Plus Info. Thanks to Lenz Truck Center for allowing us to be here once again. 14-7, Springs leads WLA. You were just talking before, right as soon as we went to break there, what a good job the Flyway Conference has done scheduling-wise to set up this not only for the varsity but for the JV. That's kind of 2 years in a row. Because remember last week of last season, it was undefeated Springs, undefeated Mayville.
Yep.
Both teams you thought had a chance to win a state championship.
That can't be a coincidence. They
Awesome.
can't be drawing straws
It's
to
awesome.
see who plays, but they all kind of know who's got the seniors coming back. Now, Springs, I will say, a little surprised. I mean, Bob Hyland will say it himself. He didn't know what he had this year. He didn't know if his team was going to be strong or weak. And, they've proven to be 9-0, so Bob would probably say they're off to a great start, probably better than he would have thought.
Yeah.
They lost so many seniors last year, but Bob Hyland has always said they don't rebuild, they reload, and that's exactly what they did. Guys like John Kuhn, who didn't have a big role as a junior, behind guys like Logan Raymaker, who was the starting tight end. So John Kuhn comes in, first year really starting an offense, and just dominates some games, running the ball, catching. I mean, look at Bauer. I mean, Bauer was a backup to Cullen King for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years, and Bauer comes in. Maybe 20, 25 plays experience on the varsity level, and comes in and looks like he's a 4-year starter for gosh sake. He's throwing the ball, running the ball, and really, the Ledgers are rolling right now. And I don't know how the heck you go 9-0 and be a number 2 seed, but I guess it doesn't matter that much because if you're fortunate enough to make it to the third round of the playoffs, it's at a neutral site.
Right.
So I'm not sure if that's a big deal, but it was a little bit of a shocker how WLA got a 1 seed,
right?
Being 8-1, losing to Springs 27-0 on Friday night, and the Ledgers go 9-0.
My reaction was, did they even account? Did they even take the Week 9 games into account? I don't know.
Maybe they met on a Thursday night.
I don't know. But Springs gets Random Lake. Other teams of note, Kiwani's also undefeated. Now, I understand that, but there's only 4 undefeated teams in Division 6 with Springs, and Springs ends up being a 2 seed. They play Random Lake. Marshall's the 4 seed, Marshall's the 3 seed. Cedar Grove, Belgium is the 4 seed. Cedar Grove, Belgium, good team there, a really good 4 seed as well. Maybe not Springs level, but they did beat Mayville earlier in the year. So, there's quality there with Cedar Grove, Belgium. Kiwani's undefeated as well. So, look, Springs 1, 2, probably doesn't matter. Maybe it's nice to have a little chip on your shoulder going into the postseason if you got to have one.
I don't know if Bob Hyland needs any help motivating his players. But I will say WLA got a tough draw getting Mayville. I mean, Mayville is no joke. Mayville had Ledgers up against the wall with only a few minutes left. The Ledgers needed a last-minute drive to win that game at Mayville week 7 or maybe week 8.
Yep.
That was a real lucky game. The Ledgers got that victory because they were down. There was a pick 6 by Bauer early in the game, a fumble. The Ledgers did everything but give the game away to Mayville.
And the first time WLA played Mayville, now the score ends 28-14, but there was a point in time where Mayville tied it up 21-21, and there was a very questionable. And I've seen. I don't have the angle. I'm just saying it was a questionable flag that took 7 points off the board from Mayville. That game could have been very different down at Mayville. We'll see what happens this Friday. Then if WLA wins that, the 4 seed is Lake Country Lutheran. That could be waiting for them. A program that Springs is very, very familiar with, and a team that usually gets better throughout the season and has a lot of experience in the postseason, and that's a really good program if WLA is able to beat Mayville. So it is a 1 seed, but like you said, I think it's a tough draw for WLA.
Yeah, the Flyway is only going to have 1 team coming out of that game, Flyway against Flyway. Now, Lake Country Lutheran is a tough game as well. Their junior quarterback he really is a good athlete, probably their best player on both sides of the ball. Junior quarterback for Lake Country Lutheran. I saw him play against the Ledgers here last year when he was a sophomore, and he was throwing the ball all over the place. The Ledgers last year, their JV team, did not lose any games. They did win the Flyway last year. They opened up the year against Lake Country Lutheran and tied that game 14-14. So Lake Country Lutheran was arguably their best competition last year, and they went and won all the games last year. So Ledgers are going for back-to-back conference championships in the JV level, and I think they've actually won the JV. It's been a while since the Ledgers have lost a JV game. I'm not quite sure the year it was, but they don't have records on that stuff. You can't go to sports and check out the JV records, right?
Someone said, "Are you ready for the game this afternoon?" And I said, "Well, I can't go. There aren't a whole lot of places to go for stats. There aren't a whole lot of places to go for history. So it's just kind of, what did someone tell you about whatever, So looking forward to that. We got a full slate on Friday. I hope you'll join one of us here on Friday. Radio Plus Info, Random Lake at Springs, Mayville at WLA, and then Fondy travels down to Milwaukee Pulaski as well. So 3 big ones.
22 Joey Kuhn and 7 Jax Lenz back to receive for the Ledgers. Both can take it to the house.
By the way, a note on this game, since we are here, 99 first-half yards and 2 touchdowns for Will Stellmacher.
Short kick, let it go, 35-yard line for the Ledgers. That would be good field position.
Kick out of bounds, and we go to the second half. But 99 yards is a good – we kind of said, man, felt like Stellmacher, you could have just fed him every time there was a chance he could have scored in that first half.
We talked earlier, Jordan, about how the Ledgers were not going to kick away from Gannon Schwartz in the varsity level. They were going to kick in the corner. And Bob Highland's approach to that was, even if we kick it out of bounds, we give the ball to WLA at the 35-yard line. Well, that's sometimes better than letting Gannon Schwartz do it, because Gannon Schwartz was averaging the ball at the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
So
36 yards
kicking it
per
out
return.
of bounds is almost a better defense than, they're going to make him re-kick it. So head coach Matt Kniffel from the Ledgers is saying, you know what, he wants Kuhn and Lenz to have a shot here. Now, he'll take a small penalty. They'll have to push it back, but not quite. I think it's, a 5-yard penalty, Jordan? We'll find out here in a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's back at the 35 they'll kick this.
So they're going to be at the 35 rather than the 40.
I suppose you see the kick went out of bounds at about the 30. So worst case scenario, you should be catching this at 30 or 35 anyway. So maybe that's the thought. And if you get ahead of steam, maybe you can take one to the house perhaps.
Well, the Ledgers really, the Ledgers, the JV team practices with the varsity. The JV team runs the same offense as the varsity. The JV team runs the same defense as the varsity. And they run the same special teams. So the Ledgers are, and Bob Highland does not cut any corners. Twice a week, they're going to work on punt return, kickoff. So here's an opportunity for the JV level to, get it past the 35. We'll see if this is a good decision by Coach Kniffel or not.
So let's try this again. Edward Wilcox in to kick this time for the Vikings. And Wilcox straight down the middle this time, and it's caught by Lenz at the 25-yard line. Makes a man miss and breaks the tackle at the 35, and he will fall forward out to the 38-yard line. So, hey, 3 yards closer is 3 yards closer. Good decision.
That's why Coach Kniffel gets the big bucks at the JV level. He made the decision to have him re-kick, and it helped him out a little bit.
Just starting the third quarter here, by the way. Go ahead, sorry.
A heavy dose of Will Stellmacher. I got to think that they're going to hand the ball off to Xander Lenz, number 4, coming in for the second half of the Ledgers.
Lenz, a freshman, 5'8", 120-pound freshman, and he will take the reins here for the second half of action. A couple of tight ends and 2 receivers to either side. Shotgun for Lenz, takes the snap, the turn, the give to Jax Lenz, and Lenz goes around the right side, tries to bounce it, breaks a tackle, and takes a Viking with him for a 3-yard pickup out to the 41.
Lenz ran about 25 yards to gain 3. Couldn't quite get the edge, broke 1 tackle for a positive gain.
Yeah,
that was tight end sweep right, and that is one of the things that the Ledgers will try to do. They'll try to do some sweeps and throw it right up the gut to make sure the defense doesn't know where the ball's going.
This just the 4th series for Springs so far this afternoon. And Lenz has it in the backfield. The turn, the give to Stellmacher. Once again around the right side and
looks to be
falls
short.
Forward. Going to be 3rd and 1, picked up 6. So Stellmacher over 100 yards for the afternoon. He's up to 105 after that carry.
3rd and short. They'll probably try to do a dive right or dive left, and let the big sophomores, push the defensive line and just gain that 1 yard to get the first down. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think the Ledgers will do anything tricky. Just will be a straight handoff, most likely to the near side here, right behind Lenz and Bentley Coots.
Lenz in the shotgun.
Oh, empty backfield.
Interesting here.
Lenz has got the ball.
And it's a quarterback draw, and knifing through. Nice tackle. Made that time in the backfield by Clayton Ebert, who is one of the wrestlers on this WLA football team, and that's a loss of 1 for Xander Lenz.
Well, this is week 9, and we've never ran that play all season. That was empty backfield. Will Stellmacher went in motion to lead block for Lenz on a looks like just a quarterback draw.
Last game of the year, can't hold anything back. Can't.
Well, they're going for it on 4th down. Let's see what they do.
Can't leave that one in the playbook. Here's the turn, the give to Stellmacher. Not a bad idea to do that. Is he going to get there?
He's short. The Viking defense held tough there.
Yeah, and they're not going to even measure it. It's a pickup of 1 yard and turn ball over on downs after 4 plays.
Great job by the Vikings to start off the second half with a stout defense.
Back-to-back plays of just really nice penetration by the WLA front. Gets them the ball back with 6:53 to go in the third quarter. 14-7 on that scoreboard. And our stream coverage tonight brought to you exclusively by Lens Truck Center. And head over to radioplusinfo.com. Find those plays of the season and vote for your favorite for Lens Truck Play of the Year. All right, here is Evan Cole under center. Turn, give to Polish. That's a nice run by Sam Polish. The sophomore picks up 6. And WLA, after starting on the plus 47, is going to be down inside the 45 down to the 41. Pickup of 6.
Same way the start of the first half is just dive left and big yards. I mean, the defensive line for the Ledgers is getting beat. The offensive line is for the Vikings is really leaning on those guys.
Cole back in. Excuse me. Ferris is on the near side. Couple of running backs remain back there. One of them is Schwalbe. The second getting the ball here is Polish once again, and Polish somehow able to pick up 2 yards there. That's
66 Billy Everson with the tackle. He was another player that was on the varsity to start the year, so we did not have Billy on the Ledgers JV team until about week 3. And wow, what a pickup that is! He plays left guard, and when he pulls Jordan, he really is looking to hit somebody. He also plays linebacker and sometimes D-line on the JV team here.
And a good tackle there on that play. 2-yard pickup for Polish leads to a 3rd and 2 with 5:37 to go here in the third quarter. Springs leads WLA 14-7. And
looks like a double huddle for the for the Vikings here.
I was going to say, I don't know if there was a miscommunication there between Polish, Schwalbe, and Evan Cole.
And they're going to talk about it. That's probably a good timeout. It looks like someone didn't know what was going on. And that's surprising because if you notice, the Vikings quarterback is actually coming over, getting the play, and running the back to huddle rather than playing the telephone game where the coach tells the wide receiver runs out there. Sometimes things get lost in translation. But most likely what was he called a play that maybe wasn't quite the formation and a couple guys were confused. Probably better to call a timeout and talk things over. This is a pretty big, important down here.
Sure is. It'll be 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can sneak a 30-second ad in here. We are coming to you live from St. Mary Springs Academy. It's 14-7. You're watching on radioplusinfo.com. Stay with us.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Back here at St. Mary Springs Academy, it's a big 3rd and 2 here, Brad.
Well, I would say if I was the Vikings coach, I'm using 2 downs to get a first down here. I'm running the ball. The Vikings have not completed a pass all game. I'm not putting it in the air. That has not worked for them. But the running of the ball has. I'm thinking dive left here.
Cole under center. The turn,
dive
the
left.
give. Polish. Oh, and he's slung down in the backfield. Nice play. Was that hard to see a number? Was that 76 on tackle? I'm not sure if that was Flores.
I think it was 66 Billy Everson. 76 is Christian Flores. I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them made the tackle because they have both been just dynamite on defense. It was 66 Billy Everson.
Okay.
His brother is actually a senior on the varsity team, but he is one of those guys. Just when he is, it doesn't matter if he's lifting weights, playing basketball, or playing football. He is 100% all day long, Jordan.
You could see it there. Loss of 1 or 2 on the play.
Going for it. Trick play.
And they're going
to
pitch
pass.
it. Ferris looking down the field. He's got a man. And the catch is made, inside the 15, inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. Caleb Wild was way down the field. And that's going to be a pickup of, about 30, make it about 33 yards or so on that play.
And Cale Krusik got in trouble that play, Jordan. He got caught peeking in the backfield. the tight end came out on Kale Krusek, acted like he was going to block him, and Kale fell for it, went around him, and the tight end went right past him. The pass was not a good pass. Kale Krusek caught back up to it, could have actually deflected at the last second, but wasn't able to.
That's the first completion of the afternoon.
And it was a big one.
For WLA, and it was, on 4th down, 4th and 4. They get the first down. Now Ferris is going to try to run it in. They're going to say he was down at the 1-yard line.
Well, JV football is all about tough breaks, and that one was a tough break on the Ledgers, that long pass, and the Vikings really needed that. It was 4th down. It was a big play, and now they're looking to tie it up.
Pickup of 5 or 6. And we get some. Pickup of 5 or 6.
Second down.
Second and goal.
Oh, quarterback sneak.
And Cole's going to dive in and pick up the touchdown for the Vikings.
All important extra point kick coming here. If you remember, when the Vikings scored their first touchdown in the first half, their extra point was a high snap, and I believe it was Ty Ferris who brought it down, and they kicked it through, but it was definitely dicey there, to say the least.
So it's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings will have an opportunity to tie this thing up with an extra point.
And that is 15, Ty Ferris to hold another high snap. Oh, they faked it.
And here comes the near side. Ferris pitches it, and Wild again.
Just like that, the Vikings got the lead. Just like that. And it was. I think that was planned. It was a high snap, but I don't think it was. I don't think they were going to ever kick that ball.
Yeah, Wild was out into the pattern right away. Wow, that is a big couple of plays. 2 passes from Ty Ferris to Caleb Wild has WLA from down 14-7 up 15-14 with 3:15 to go in the third.
So Ty Ferris is 2 for 2 throwing, and he hasn't been the quarterback on both throws.
That's right.
One time he was the
in fact, the only time he was quarterback was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, it doesn't really matter as long as he gets a catch. That is a tough break on the Ledgers defense. That the Ledgers have practiced that. They know to defend that, but someone sneaked out in the back. Wilds, you said it was the tight end.
Yeah.
And big play by the Vikings to go up now by 1. That's a big play.
So how do the Ledgers respond? Their only possession of this half was a 4-and-out turnover on downs. 3:15 to go in the third quarter, and it'll be up to them to try to get back into this thing. As you mentioned, it'll be Kuhn and Lenz back to receive the Edward Wilcox kick for Springs. Wilcox to the near side. It's going to go to Lenz once again. He muffs it a little bit at the 25, picks it up out past the 30-yard line, and he's still on his feet. I thought he got dragged down, but broke another tackle, broke about 2 there, and is out past the 30-yard line.
Well, here's where that sophomore leadership's got to come up for the Ledgers. They, like I said early on in the broadcast, they have 20 freshmen, only about 8 sophomores, but those 8 sophomores are mostly linemen, and this is where they're going to have to rely on those big linemen to move this ball, because without the line, the running backs can't do much. Will Stelmacher still in at running back. Lenz is at the quarterback position. I think a heavy dose of Stelmacher here is coming.
Xander Lenz at quarterback. Pitch here to Stelmacher on the turf, picks it back up, and able to dive forward, picks up probably about 1.5 yards, make it 2 for Stelmacher.
Looked like the pitch was there. I'm not sure why Will didn't quite get it the first time, but what a great athletic play for Stelmacher to pick it off the turf and still gain some positive yards. That could have been disastrous.
That's when you love the turf right there.
Right, no bad hops.
Get that bounce back right to you. So 2nd and 8 as Stelmacher goes for 2, and they're going to take one of the WLA players.
He's either hurt or equipment timeout. Looks like he's favoring his right arm.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking he's
probably a stinger.
That's Eli Mookie, the freshman linebacker for the Vikings, who taken off the field and replaced here. So here goes Stelmacher once again over the right side. Tackle made by Wild, who just caught both the big pass and the 2-point conversion, and it's going to be 3rd and inches for Springs on the pickup of 7.5 about.
Well, I don't anticipate Lenz, number 4, one of the smallest guys in the team, to get another quarterback sneak. That did not work out well on 4th down last time. I think you got to go back to Stelmacher. He's been your back all season. I know they don't give all conference at JV level, but if they were given an all-conference award first-team running back, it would have to be Will Stelmacher. You got to get the ball to 33 here. He's rested. He's hasn't been playing defense the whole game, but he's been playing offense, and he's been running the ball really well, Jordan.
Jackson Sabo comes in as well. One of the tight ends comes in for Springs, and they're going to run it behind him, and Stelmacher able to break a tackle.
What a great run by Stelmacher. He got hit in the backfield, Jordan. That was almost a 2-yard loss, but he broke it. And like I said, he's got tree trunks for legs. He's reminds me of A.J. Dillon from the Packers.
Yeah.
Big, stout guy. Not super quick, but quick enough to make guys miss, but likes to run guys over.
Picks up about 3 on the play. First down for Springs.
That was their first down of the half here. And they got some backups in. They got McGuire at X-back and Sabo. Another quick pitch.
Here goes Stelmacher around the right side. And a nice play out there made by WLA. That was Tyler Ebert once again.
Ledger's bringing some of the freshmen. They got 17 Jack McGuire in at X and Jackson Sabo, number 45, at the tight end spot.
Pickup of nothing. He did get back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10 for Springs. 14-15. WLA leads by a point after faking an extra point and getting a 2-point conversion. 42 seconds left in the third. And fumble, ball's out, and who got on top of it? Looks like Springs was the first one there, but it popped out of the Springs player's hands, and I think WLA's on it. And there's Tyler Ebert. And the turnover.
They were going to throw the ball and flood to the near side here. They were going to flood the near side with receivers. Lenz got hit from the backside. Never saw the guy coming from the backside.
So WLA able to steal a possession in plus territory. They're going to start it at the 44. Their last drive started at the 47. Took them 6 plays.
And no one's got that guy on the far side, that defensive end. He blitzed. The Ledgers don't have anyone to block him. That's designed to roll it to the near side, Jordan. And the plan is to have the ball thrown before that guy from the far side can get the quarterback. But that did not happen.
33 seconds left in the third. Ferris goes in motion for the Vikings as Evan Cole under center. Snap. Turn the give is Ferris. Ferris
Another
is going
pass.
to throw it again. Now he brings it down.
Joey Kuhn again.
Kuhn with a monster play.
Joey Kuhn reminded me of his dad back in 1994 at corner for the Ledgers, and Ty Ferris' dad, Ryan Ferris, good friends with all those guys. Wow, they're trying to go to Ty Ferris to throw the ball, and he's not the quarterback. What? If they want him to throw, why don't they put him under center?
That was. I'll tell you what. If you're going to look glass half full there for the Vikings, good job by Ferris to pull that down and not give up, and not have a fumble or a dumb pass.
I'm not sure I like the play call by the Vikings at that point. I'm thinking to myself,
Kinda
run
lost.
the ball.
Yeah.
But I guess if you ran the ball, the half was about over anyway. The quarter was about over.
Lost the allure of the surprise there on the fake. We go to the fourth quarter, 15-14 on the scoreboard. WLA leads Springs by 1 in this JV Flyweight Championship game. We'll take a timeout and come back with the fourth quarter right after this. Stay with us.
Gas prices, home expenses, education. Will those costs always go up? Probably. At Winnebago Lutheran Academy, we can help you with one of them. We are a part of the Wisconsin Parental Choice Program, a program which enables qualifying families to receive a quality Christian education at no cost. That's right, 0 tuition if you qualify. To learn more, visit WLAVikings.org.
Living it for 4 years, loving it forever.
Welcome back here to the campus of St. Mary Springs Academy. WLA will have a 2nd and 17 coming up here to start the fourth quarter. 15-14, WLA leads by a point.
Well, the quick pitch pass is feast or famine today for the Vikings. The first time they ran it was a savior for them, and it was a great pass, first down, and set up the score. That last play, now they're against the sticks. Now they got 2nd and 20, and now they're almost got to pass again to get this first down. and they're looking to give the Ledgers the ball back if the Ledgers defense can remain stout. Oh, fumble.
And a fumble. Fumble, a snap. Cole able to get back under it. You mentioned this a couple of times, Brad, so far tonight, that the exchange from the center, Cole hasn't been so secure with it, and something there, whether it's the center or Cole as the quarterback, I don't know, but not a
both
clean
teams
exchange.
playing a little sloppy here, and you see that when you start getting the second and third stringers in there. Anything can happen, right? I mean, everyone is playing to win this game, but it's also about getting everyone a shot to play, and this game doesn't mean anything. It's not going to be on wisports.net tomorrow. It's not going to be in the rankings, but it's all about getting these kids to love football, stay into football, and keep playing football so that when they're juniors and seniors, they can really contribute on the varsity level.
3rd and 18 after they lost a yard on that one. And you saw, we talked about the varsity practicing in the distance. Got a good collection of them there watching the remainder of this game, 4th quarter. Here's the give to Ferris. Ferris coming back to the right side, picks up only a yard, leaves 4th and 17. Vikings should punt it back.
Again, 66, Billy Everson with the tackle. He's all over the place, Jordan.
7:50 and counting in this 4th quarter. Just 9-minute quarters because it is classified as a JV2 game. So 9-minute quarters, and Springs, by the time they get this thing back, it'll be about 7:20, 7:15.
Now, Jordan, they have to punt the ball here, right? They have to punt the ball. There's no way they're going for it. They went for it on 4th down in the first half. We questioned that. It gave the Ledgers a good field position, but here, unless they do a fake here, that would be a good snap that time.
They gave him that was at the 37 in the first half. Can't be doing that again. Here's a nice punt by Cole.
Great
and
punt.
It's going to, that might be inside the 10. We'll see where they spot it.
That is why you punt the ball in the JV football, because it's so hard to gain yards. I mean, every game this year has been close. I mean, the Campbellsport game was a few touchdowns, but most games in the flyway for WLA or Springs has been a 1, maybe a 2 touchdown game. You remember 2 touchdowns is almost a blowout at the JV level, because to score 28 points in the JV level doesn't happen very often. It's 14-7. Sometimes it's 13-6. Those types of scores at the JV level.
So can the Ledgers maybe get their 100-yard rush or Will Stelmacher going again here on this drive?
There's Coach Highland in the golf cart checking out the JV over there.
Now you got to perform, right?
Right. Pressure's on the Ledgers offense.
Man in motion. The give is to Stelmacher around the right side. Still plowing through Vikings and falls forward. 1st down, Ledgers.
Tough run. Great run by Stelmacher. Again, he's been the featured back all season, and that's no different in this game here, Jordan. He's going to get a heavy dose of carries. This will be his last JV football game. Next year he'll be the feature back on the varsity level, so they're going to give him the ball a lot here this last series.
I got him up to 129 yards here this afternoon and 2 touchdowns.
Hard yards too. I mean, and the Vikings have a lot of guys going both ways. It's got to be kind of tough this 4th quarter to stop this 33.
Turn and give. Nice play that time from the Vikings.
Great
it was
tackle.
Schwalbe coming through and knifing through, cutting down Stelmacher. 2nd and 10.
Last time the Ledgers had 2nd and 10, they threw the ball, and that's when Lenz number 4 got sacked and gave up the fumble. They don't want to throw the ball, but Lenz is capable of throwing the ball. We'll see what they do here. I can't imagine them throwing it on 2nd down. I think if they don't get good yards here, they're going to throw it on 3rd down.
6 minutes and 20 seconds left in this afternoon's ball game. Lenz takes the snap. Man on the jet sweep motion. Coming around the near side, they got it open and cutting forward for the 1st down.
They got Ben Baker in there, the quarterback from the first half. He's running the ball at 31. And again, like I said, he was the featured running back with Stelmacher last year as freshman on the JV level that went undefeated in the flyway. And they have now 2 featured backs. They got 31 Stelmacher, 31 Baker and 33 Stelmacher. They get the ball to either one of those guys.
12-yard pickup for Baker on that one, and another 1st down for Springs. Fresh set of downs as they keep the chains moving. And they're going to put Baker in motion here. He's going to be the lead blocker for Stelmacher this time, and Stelmacher falls forward. I'll tell you what, there's worse things you can do than send Ben Baker out and run Stelmacher right behind him, right?
And they're quick enough to get past guys, but they really put their head down. They want to run through guys. Baker's a basketball player, Stelmacher's a hockey player, but they're not afraid to hit at all.
2nd and 4 for the Ledgers. And see if they can continue this. Tell you what, Baker, man, he's a good-looking athlete as well. And he's out in the formation here.
Throwing to Baker.
Going to Baker. He makes the catch at the 40, slung down inside the 40 at the 35-yard line. That is a massive pickup, a beautiful ball from Lenz, and a pickup of about 29 yards on the pickup.
Ledgers call that the comeback pass. The outside guys run a 15-yard, kind of like a button hook. They come back, and the inside guys, the X and the tight end, run basically a go route. Lenz, number 4, hit 31 Baker on a go route, and if he would have thrown him a little bit further, it could have been 6 points. We have to work with him in the backyard on that one, Jordan.
I thought it looked pretty good to me. Here goes Baker,
fumble.
And a little bit of a messy exchange there. Baker
goodness.
picks it up. All sorts of room around the left side. Cuts upfield. He's going to pick up 7 yards. Oh, how deflating is that for the Vikings?
Wow.
They had a chance with that ball on the turf to maybe jump on this and really put Springs in a tough spot. Now they got a 2nd and 3.
Number 31, Ben Baker, a little shake and bake, no pun intended. He should have lost 4 yards there. I don't know how. That was one heck of a run. That was much needed. The Ledgers really are running out of time here. Only 4 minutes, 46 seconds left in the game. This could be one of the last times they touch the ball if they give the ball back to the Vikings and they make a good drive. Packing the box here. Lenz the pass.
Got back. He hitches once. Now he pulls it down. He's going to run and dive forward. Picks up the first down. Needed 4. Picked up 5.
What in the heck is going on, Jordan? That's the first time I've seen number 4, Lenz, tuck it and run it. He is a drop-back passer 100%. He's always passing the ball. Even when he runs a scout team, he very rarely tucks the ball and runs, but that was a big first down.
And it was a good decision as well, not to throw that one up and instead get the first down. 1st and 10 inside the 25-yard line. Stellmacher with the give.
Good block by 31,
and
Ben
Stellmacher
Baker. Stellmacher still going.
Oh, my goodness, broke another tackle. Broke a 3rd tackle inside the 5. Ball came out, but I think he was down. Absolutely looked like he was down.
Now they got 1st and goal, Jordan. Now the Ledgers coaching staff is probably thinking, let's not score too quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's let that clock go. Now Lenz knows enough where the referee in the back will put his hand up at 10 seconds and start up and downing his hand at 5 seconds. So if I was the Ledgers, I would snap this ball with 5 seconds left on the play clock.
That was a 21-yard pickup.
Now remember, the Ledgers, even if they didn't score here, they do have Bentley Coots, who's a freshman kicker on the varsity who kicks field goals. So even if they had to kick a field goal, the Ledgers do have that opportunity to do that. But I think they're going for 6 100%, of course.
Lenz, shotgun. Here is Stellmacher again. Touchdown. The 3rd time today, Will Stellmacher is laying in the end zone.
How special is that for Will Stellmacher? Coach Highland's in the golf cart watching. A lot of the varsity players have stuck around after practice to watch. Will is one of those guys where he was supposed to get a lot more action on the varsity this year, but JT Koenig just never comes out of the game. He's a workhorse, so he gets all the carries. So Will doesn't get any carries on Friday night, so on Monday he's getting his reps.
And it looks like they're going to go for 2.
Nope. Lenz is the holder for extra points.
Okay.
I think they're going to go for. Let's see if Rotman. They got starting offense out there.
So 2-point attempt here. They're up by 5. They want to make it a 7-point lead.
Smart.
Here's Lenz, the give. Stellmacher, he's stacked up and doesn't get it. So, again, that doesn't change a whole ton other than if the Vikings just need to score now. But
I like that play call by Coach Kniffel. That's smart to try to go up by 7 rather than go up by 6. I think that was a smart decision. The Ledgers, I think everyone in the stadium here knew that Stellmacher was going to get the ball. And according to the Vikings defense, they probably stacked the box, and they were very stout there.
Let's take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll get this thing finished out. 3:32 to go in the ball game. Springs leads by 5. Back after this. Stay with us.
Vote for your Lenz Truck Center Play of the Year at RadioPlusInfo.com. Watch all of our high school athletes' exciting plays and then email your favorite to rpvideosports@gmail.com. That's rpvideosports@gmail.com. We'll announce the Lenz Truck Center Play of the Year at the end of the football season.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lenz till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we've got. Lenz Truck. We got the trucks at Lenz Truck.
We got the trucks.
Back here on the campus of St. Mary Springs Academy, Springs leads WLA 20-15 after, it could have gone south there. Springs did a nice job defensively to get that ball back and run down the field. We'll get to the numbers for Stellmacher in just a second. Live stream coverage this afternoon, sponsored by Lenz Truck Center. Thanks to all the fine folks over at Lenz Truck Center, and appreciate them giving us the opportunity to be here to call this for the JV guys. Here's the return for WLA. Comes to the near side. They're going to start this drive that they need to score on at their own 30. Just want to tell you, radioplusinfo.com is where you go. Voting is now open. Email us at rpvideosports@gmail.com over the next week or so of your favorite play of the season, and we will have our Lens Truck Auto play of the season. How's this for Will Stellmacher? 159 yards and 3 touchdowns by my account, and all 3 of them have been necessary to have the lead over the WLA Vikings here. They lead 20-15.
And that's Will's first game on prime time, broadcasted
That's right.
throughout the country here on video, Radio Plus.
No doubt. I said we just had to show up, and these guys are ready to play.
Oh, Christian had him, but let him go.
That was almost
run.
blown up in the backfield. Instead, Polish is going to have a pickup of 7. It's going to be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's all about the Ledger defense stopping them on this drive. This is probably the last time the Vikings are going to have the ball this game. It's all about, can they go 62 yards, score a touchdown here. This is hey, we couldn't have drawn up any better, Jordan. What a great game.
No way. A lot of drama in this one. 3 minutes. That's the other kicker here. WLA's got to go relatively quick. They've been slow and
little
pragmatic.
confusion on the Vikings offense there. They're not sure where to line up.
Schwalbe's in the backfield. Snap to Cole. Cole looks to the far side, setting up a screen. It's caught out there by Ferris. Ferris is dumped in the backfield. He's going to lose 5.
Again, Joey Kuhn did not make the tackle, but he made the play. He came up and he made Ferris slow down, and the rest of the Ledger's defense caught up to him. And Glenn, the clock is going. Tick, tick, tick. 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. And the Vikings are huddling up, Jordan. I got to think it's 3rd down. This is
gotta have it.
They're in 4-down territory at 100% here.
So a loss of 4. They gave him an extra yard on that, so it's 3rd and 7, excuse me. Here's the near side give. Here goes Polish around the left side, excuse me.
Down.
And he dives forward for the first. Now you got to put the press the gas pedal a little bit here, Brad.
And the clock is going to stop until the chains get set up in high school football, so that's almost a mini timeout. But the Vikings got to get going so that when the clock's going.
Clock ran through that one as we are out at the 40-yard line with the Vikings. Cole takes the snap, the turn, the give. Polish around the left side again, breaks the tackle, falls forward once again, picks up 8.
The Vikings have to get out of bounds if they can. They're letting that clock tick, tick, tick. Now we're down to 1 minute 46 seconds, and there's not even past the 50-yard line yet.
Still a 5-point lead for Springs. WLA, I believe they have 2 of their 3 timeouts, if I'm not mistaken on that. Maybe, trying to think if they took one there. Cole under center. Polish is behind him. He's going to turn. He's going to throw it up. Wild is the man downfield, and it's no good. Incomplete on the pass.
Well, there was about 4 Ledgers on the defense there. They had Emerson Dreher, Joey Kuhn, Jack Lenz, and Cale Krusek all around this Wilds guy. The Wilds guy seems to be their target when they're passing, right, Jordan?
Absolutely. He's caught the only 2 passes of the game. He caught the 33-yard pickup on the running back pass when Ferris threw it, and then caught the 2-point conversion.
The only thing good about that last pass was it stopped the clock for the Vikings.
Minute 25 left. Here is Polish. Straight up the middle, he had a seam. That is an excellent tackle by Ducks. Joshua Ducks, and they'll stop the clock there with a minute 20 left.
The Ledgers right now are bend but don't break. They're willing to give up 5-6 yards, but they don't want to give up the 30-yard pass, which they have to be remembering that double pass in the second half that set up that touchdown.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Coach Kaiser is telling them right now, watch the double pass. They got to be looking at specifically Ty Ferris, because he's the one who's getting the ball on the running play but then stopping and passing. That has been their successful play all game here.
Minute 20 left in the ball game, 20-15. I see. We talked about. We saw Coach Highland over there. I think that's Coach Lair for the Vikings, their varsity head coach, down on the sideline as well. He wants to check out the last couple of minutes of this one, see if his JV team is able to take the ball 46 more yards. That's where it sits, the 46-yard line. And they're able to sneak that ball another 46 yards, but they got to do it in a hurry, and that has not necessarily been the MO for WLA this entire season. They've been a little bit slower, more pragmatic offensively. Ferris is at the top side of the screen as Lair, check that under center is Cole. Turn give to Polish.
And again, the clock is going to keep running. They didn't get out of bounds, Jordan.
So Polish picks up a pair there. He's doing a nice job on the ground, has Sam Polish after the starting running back.
They would have been better off having an incompletion.
Yeah. Brenner left the game in the first quarter, and he was running really well for the Vikings. Ever since then, Polish has done a nice job, but not quite the same. Here is Evan Cole trying to get to the outside, able to get the edge. Now falls forward. That's a big one. Stays in bounds. 50 seconds. WLA's got to use one here.
He's got to throw that out of bounds, Jordan, to stop the clock. Now, this is a rule that changed last year. If you're out of the tackle box, as long as you pass the ball past the line of scrimmage, it will not be intentional grounding. So he could have just thrown it 40 yards out of bounds, and it would have stopped the clock. Instead, he gets sacked, and the clock keeps ticking. They have to force a timeout. The Vikings got to take a timeout.
So the Vikings take that smart play smart to take the timeout. They lose a yard on that second down play. 3rd and 10 is upcoming when we get this thing rolling again. And WLA will have 2 plays to gain 10 yards, but they've just used a couple of timeouts in the last couple of plays.
They might be out of timeouts here, Jordan. I'm not sure if they have any timeouts left.
You go back to a little bit earlier on this drive when they used that first timeout. It was after they got a first down, so the clock was stopped.
Mm-hmm.
They felt that was a time to use one. Who knows if they look back at that one and
if
maybe
I'm the Vikings, they're doing a quick pitch to Ty Ferris for hopefully some razzle dazzle here. He's been their quick pitch guy, stop and throw it, and I got to think that Coach Kaiser for the Ledgers is telling their free safety and strong safety, whatever happens, don't let anyone past you.
Nothing over your head here.
Right. Give up 5 yards, give up 20 yards, but don't give up 50 yards.
Polish is the running back, along with Schwalbe. Cooper Schwalbe gets it.
Dive right.
And Schwalbe able to pick up about 6. It's going to be 4th and 4.
And the clock's going, Jordan. They just don't have any confidence in their passing game. They're running the ball on 3rd and 7 with less than a minute left. That's.
Here goes Cole. Snap.
Another
Schwalbe.
running play.
And Schwalbe is stuffed. Ball comes out. Springs football.
And the Ledgers are going to go in victory formation here with the victory here. The Vikings just don't have any confidence passing the ball. Running the ball on dive with under a minute left, got him going 45 yards, is just not a way to get big yards. In fact, even if you get 5 yards, the clock is still running.
No doubt. WLA started that at the 30, and they were only able to pick up 30 yards there in about 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Victory formation here. Lenz is going to take the snap and just do a kneel down. And that's going to be your ball game, Jordan.
There it is.
But what a game.
Oh,
what a battle. These kids have been playing against each other since 2nd grade flag football YMCA, and here you are putting the helmets on, and what a great game. Be the ending game of the season. Both teams coming in for the conference championship. Well, we'll be seeing each other for the next couple years here up on the hill or Fruit Field or at WLA. Varsity for WLA looks to be really stacked for the next couple years. Ledgers, they don't reload. They don't rebuild. They reload.
That's right. 20-15 is the final score, behind in large part a 159-yard outing and a 3-touchdown outing from sophomore running back Will Stellmacher. Springs able to lock up this Flyway Conference Championship, and they're going to sprint down, and they see that trophy. When they see it, they're going to sprint down and get their hands on that trophy.
Conference champions JV St. Mary Springs, undefeated for the season in the JV level. Congrats to those guys. They've been working real hard in the weight room. Started with 7-on-7 over the summer, passing, and here they are coming together with the helmets and full jerseys and getting the job done on the field.
And they just saw it. Ducks just saw it. He wants to run. He wants to turn around and sprint down. Sitting on that G in the end zone is the trophy. He wanted to go get it. Instead, they're going to have a little team talk here, and then maybe they're gonna sprint down there and take care of that. What a performance! Like you said, we were thinking about in the first half. Man, 14-7 Springs. WLA couldn't stop Springs. WLA started to stand up defensively, did a little bit better against the run, and they made Springs work for this one today.
Well, not only did they work, the Vikings had the lead there, Jordan. It was one of those games where, man, the Vikings could have had that. Couple plays didn't go their way, and the Ledgers snuck it out there. But, man, what a battle. I mean, you play that game 10 times. The Vikings are going to win 3, 4, 5 of them. Who knows?
It was a 90-yard drive for Springs. They were down 15-14 after WLA went for 2, got the lead 15-14, and it was a 9-play, 90-yard drive. And Stellmacher and company, Lenz was able to,
The big pass was to Baker. Ben Baker came in and ran a go route, and Lenz hit him deep, and that was a first down and for 30, 35 yards. And after that, the Ledgers got their mojo back and went on and scored, and that was it. That was the rest of the scoring of the game.
Yeah, it was a great game at halftime. 99 yards was for Stellmacher, and had another 60 in the second half. Like you said, Springs, really didn't see that much of a drop-off when they brought some of these second guys in. That offense was still humming in the second half. Took them maybe a little bit to get rolling, but once they found a groove, they were able to keep the rhythm.
Well, and Coach Kniffel right now, the JV head coach, is telling those Ledger players, look, I don't want to see you guys next year. He says that every year, first practice and last game. He wants this to be the last year all those guys play JV football, because the whole thing for each player should be, one, can I get to the varsity level? One, can I contribute? One, can I get Bob Howland another win over 500? One, can I be on that varsity level and when it really matters on Friday nights?
When do I get to see my name on WisSports, right? As you said, this isn't going to be one that shows up on WisSports tomorrow, but this was a blast today.
How fun.
To get out here and see the next generation, the next couple of years for both of these teams, WLA and Springs, and someone snagged that trophy out of the end zone. So I don't know what's going on down there. But
well, the Ledgers will be back next year. They have about 20 freshmen, about 8 sophomores. So they're losing. They're going to have the majority of their team back, but they are losing most of their linemen. So they're going to have to really find some guys to replace those big guys up front. Stellmacher will be tough to replace. Guys like Jack McGuire, Jackson Sobel, Matthew Miller. Those are the type of guys that are going to have to come back and not only just be contributors on the offensive side, but they're going to have to play both ways like some of those sophomores did this year.
All right, before we say so long, again, a 20-15 win for St. Mary's Springs Academy JV game over WLA and complete the Flyway Conference undefeated season. Coming up on Friday, we just want to remind you, we have a loaded slate. We got your pick. If you got multiple devices, get your multiple devices. Nick's going to be down at Milwaukee Pulaski for Fondy at Pulaski. I'll be over on the campus at WLA, Mayville at WLA. Not sure who's calling the Springs game on Friday, but Random Lake travels to Springs, so someone's going to be over at Fruth. All of that stuff's going to be on Radio Plus Info. Hope you'll join one of those. Want to again say thanks to Lenz Truck Center. Live stream coverage provided exclusively by Lenz Truck Center this afternoon. During game breaks, you noticed them. You've noticed them throughout the season. The Lenz Truck Center play of the game. We got, 15, 20 of them over the 9 weeks of the season, and there are some dandies in there. So go through, watch them all. That's your homework. And then you got to email us, rpvideosports@gmail.com. The winner, the one you think should be our play of the season. We'll have our play of the year. Brad, this was a blast. You got to give me the prognosis. What's playoff here for Springs? You 2 seed, but this is a team that just has continued to play phenomenal football from the start of the season, shutting out a really good Lake Country Lutheran team till now. This is a team that everyone knows they got to watch out for in Division 6, right?
The Ledgers varsity is playing with a lot of confidence. They're very well coached. Friday night should be a game that gets them ready for the second round, but it's a game definitely they should not lose. I could definitely see all 3 Fondy teams, WLA, Fond du Lac, and Springs, winning in the first round. Yep, you heard it here first. Now, Fondy hasn't won a ton of games this year, but they're young, so I don't, a lot of those sophomores that play a lot on the Fondy varsity team, they're not sophomores anymore. They got the experience, so I would not want to play Fondy in the first round. That seems like a good a team that I would not want to go against in the first round. WLA got a tough draw. Mayville's a tough team. We'll just have to see what we do Friday night, and good luck to all the teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're right. Fondy is not a team I want to play in the postseason, and they got drawn into a sectional that I think they could certainly make some noise in. So congratulations to Springs. Their JV gets it done today. Awesome performances all around. There is some great play in the trenches between these two teams this afternoon, and Springs able to get it done. The final score here from St. Mary Springs Academy, 20-15. Once again, want to thank Brad and want to thank everyone over at Lenz Truck Center for making this game possible. We enjoyed bringing you the 2023 edition of the Flyway Conference Championship Part 2, the JVs, right? So there you go. I'm Jordan King saying so long. Thanks to the fine crew, Radio Plus crew over here. They always do a great job, and I want to thank you at home for tuning in and watching us. You've been watching Flyweight Conference football on the JV level. Springs gets it done, 20-15. They're Flyweight champs. And we will say so long, and we'll catch up with you wherever you are watching on Radio Plus Info on Friday. Have a good week.
Vote for your Lenz Truck Center Play of the Year at RadioPlusInfo.com. Watch all of our high school athletes' exciting plays and then email your favorite to rpvideosports@gmail.com. That's rpvideosports@gmail.com. We'll announce the Lenz Truck Center Play of the Year at the end of the football season.
If you want a truck or an SUV, go to Lenz till you like what you see. Hundreds of trucks all on one lot. If you want a truck, it's what we got. Lenz Truck, Lenz Truck. We got the trucks at Lenz Truck.
We got the trucks.